Good evening and welcome to Chris Kelton Pool as we get set for some water polo on a windy Friday night here in Stockton. Got some weather coming in that might be an issue at some point this weekend, but should be fine here tonight for this matchup as Azusa Pacific will take on your number 21 ranked Pacific Tigers. Paul Meiskens here, glad you could join us as we get set to get going here in just a few moments. The Cougars come into tonight 4-8 overall on the season. They have won their last two games. They defeated Fresno Pacific 16-8 and Cal Lutheran 17-10. Meanwhile, Pacific comes into tonight 2-11 on the season. The Tigers have lost their last 10 as it's been a tough season for Pacific with a lot of their players who would be here otherwise busy getting ready for the Olympics. So Tigers looking to try to snap a lengthy losing streak here tonight. In fact, the Tigers' last win was back on January 25th in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Tigers knocked off Marist 12-11, which at the time had the Tigers improved to 2-1 on the season after a season opening one-goal win over Sonoma State. In between those two wins, a loss to number 5 UCLA, a UCLA team that the Tigers will see for the third time this season later this weekend. But it's been a tough go for Pacific since then. Although this just the third home game of the season for Pacific. Tigers offense has been led by Brianna Utes, who has 20 goals for the Tigers. Savannah Fitzgerald, second on the team with 17. Lucy Davis, 13, and then Tula Falvey and Anna Martinez Duhamel, both with 12 apiece for Pacific. So 5 Tigers in double figures in goals, and of course in goal for Pacific all season long has been the redshirt senior from Napa, Samantha Pfaff. And she has started and played every minute in goal, as she is the only goalie on the Tiger lineup, or a roster I should say, as Pacific wins the sprint, and they'll have the first possession of the night. In goal, meanwhile, for the Cougars is Olivia Lott, and Lott comes up with an early save there. Leading the Cougars offense this season has been the number 8 cap, Melina Guzman Ortiz. As we see there's her with it, closely guarded by Fitzgerald. We did see, in fact, Fitzgerald had to miss a game, the last home game way back when, with an injury, and fortunately she didn't miss much time as that pass is taken away by Brianna Utes, the Tigers' leading goal scorer. Well, both leading goal scorers. Let's see, with a touch here early. Just a minute in. Pass there to Fitzgerald. Back to Davis. Now working it around the perimeter over into the far corner. Shot clock at 10. A whistle. And that's going to be an exclusion in an early 6-on-5. And the Tigers convert. Tula Falvey with the goal, her 13th of the season, as the Tigers convert on a 6-on-5. And a good start for Pacific. So some good ball movement, and really Falvey all alone right in front of the goal inside 5 meters, and no chance for Lott to make the save. Tigers who have been on the road for a while. This is the start of 4 straight at home. Tigers will play a top 20 ranked San Diego State tomorrow, and then number 2 UCLA on Sunday, and then the following Sunday the Tigers will play Concordia Irvine. So hopefully Tigers can get back in the win column, and that's a nice long range shot and a goal from Melina Guzman Ortiz. Her looking the first 10 games of the season, she had 14 goals. The stats I saw were missing some missing some games, I should say. But there, Guzman Ortiz showing why she leads Azusa Pacific as she scores And we're tied at 1, just about 2 minutes in. And another great pass in front to Falvey, and that's going to draw an exclusion. Kind of a little delayed whistle. But finally the whistle comes, and another 6-on-5 for Pacific. Just over 2 minutes in, a chance to try to convert and go back in front, and they do. Anna Martinez Duamaral with her 13th goal of the season, and so Pacific 2 for 2 with the man advantage and a 2-1 lead. Talking with head coach James Graham briefly before we got going here, he said for the most part everybody's pretty healthy. Of course, Tigers without 5 players who are getting ready to compete in the Olympics, as an exclusion called there, and it's going to be a 6-on-5 for the Cougars. The Tiger fans on the far side not in agreement. So 6-on-5 here, the first of the evening for Azusa Pacific. And some patience there, and Pfaff makes the save at the near post. Quickly, Tigers look to come the other way. Fitzgerald slowed down. Looking in front, and that's going to draw another exclusion. Quickly, the Tigers get it going, and that shot from Utes is blocked. A nice field block there by the Cougars. So for the first time tonight, the Tigers unsuccessful on the 6-on-5. Tigers lead 2-1. 4.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Nice pass there to Gabrielle Martinez, although Tigers able to get back and are now pushing her towards this corner, towards us here on this near side. Shot clock down to 10. Bradley draws the exclusion, so another 6-on-5 opportunity for the Cougars midway through the first quarter. Back up top, some good patience here, and that perimeter shot off the crossbar back out, and the rebound put back in by the Cougars. It's Brianna Erickson with the goal. So with the 6-on-5, the first shot went off the crossbar. The rebound was then kicked back out and fired quickly in past Pfaff. So we're back tied at 2. Coach James Graham hollering at Tula to get out. And a whistle there will give it back to Azusa Pacific. And the whistle there will give it right back. Amaral. Joanna Martinez Duamaral with her second goal. And Pacific back in front, 3-2. As Emma Mayall will come in. Brooke Contreras will head out. Three minutes to go here in the first, a 3-2 Pacific lead. As that shot sails over the top. Every time Pacific's scored, Cougars have quickly answered to tie it back up, but Utes Over to Emerald, now in front, and that one will find its way in. Savannah Fitzgerald with her 18th goal of the season. Just enough on it, kind of went off of Lott's hand and kind of trickled just past the line. So our first multi-goal lead of the night. Fitzgerald, the junior from Fresno. And her 18th goal of the season, second best for Pacific behind Utes 20. But Pacific's first 2 goals both coming on the 6-on-5, the last 2 coming on the run of play, and that ball was barely saved off the line by Pfaff. And now a long outlet pass and a great chance for Pacific here. Hosmer 1v1 with the goalie, and she puts it into the right side netting. So Natalie Hosmer with her 4th goal of the season, the junior from Stockton. Got out in front of everybody, and a great pass from Pfaff. Three straight by Pacific, and the Tigers lead by 3. Under 2 minutes to go. Over here to Ortiz, or actually, excuse me, that's Tisdale. And Pfaff right there at the near post, an easy save for her. Long pass. And then right in front. And somehow Hosmer not able to finish. Nice save there by Lott. Sure looks like it would be another easy opportunity for her there. Of course, easy for me to say. Utes with some room, looks to shoot, and saved by Lott. Cougars are looking to quickly come the other way. That pass was looking for Tisdale, and a little strong over her head right into the arms of Pfaff. About a 16-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Amaral with it. She already has 2 goals for Pacific. Has some room to go forward. Now we'll give it up to Utes. Shot clock down to 10. Mayall, all sorts of contact there, and that'll draw an exclusion. And Pacific will call a timeout as well. So 18 seconds to go here in this first quarter. A 5-2 Pacific lead. 2 goals by Anna Martinez Duamaral, and then a goal apiece for Fitzgerald, Hosmer, and Falvey, as Pacific, after scoring their first 2 goals on the 6-on-5, have scored the last 3 on the run of play, but another 6-on-5 opportunity here for Pacific. 2 goals for Azusa Pacific have been scored by Melina Guzman Ortiz and Brianna Erickson. Again, bit of a cool night. The flag moving quite strong, with some expected rain to come tomorrow. But, well, may not be fun to sit out in rain. Playing water polo in rain isn't too bad. You're already in water. So 6-on-5 for Pacific. 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Pacific looking to try to pick up just their third win of the season and snap a 10-game losing streak. Azusa Pacific looking to try to keep a winning streak going as they come in winners of 2 straight. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Tigers need to get something going here, down to 6. Back up top. And the shot at the buzzer is wide, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. So after 1 quarter of play, it's Pacific 5, Azusa Pacific 2, here from Chris Kelton Pool.
My name is Brinley Barthels. I came to Pacific because I was actually looking at water polo programs, and it was one of the better programs in the state. And they also had a great science program. So their biology and chemistry departments especially were very rigorous and something that I knew would prepare me well for my future. When I visited the school, I saw a lot of chemistry labs and the opportunity for people to do research in the chemistry department, and that was something I was really excited about. My research, when I started, we began with peptide synthesis. So basically taking these small building blocks called amino acids, putting them all together and forming long chains. So Alzheimer's in particular is manifested because peptides are created at different lengths. So we are able to take those peptides, recreate them in the lab, and analyze their function and factors that make them non-functional. So my grandma was diagnosed with Alzheimer's a couple years ago, so it's extremely personal to me that, you know, I'm able to take this research that I'm doing and apply it back to my own life. It's humbling and also exciting that I am able to do these small experiments and look at these small peptides and know that somewhere, somehow, someone is going to take my research or the research that my lab is doing and use it on something bigger like these diseases. Prospective freshmen come in and they're asking, well, why should we choose Pacific? You know, what's the academics like? And the first thing I say every time is that the research aspect in the chemistry department especially is very unique. I know a lot of people that go to different schools in California or even in the United States that have never stepped foot in a research laboratory. The opportunities presented here are extremely important and extremely unique to Pacific. And everyone that asks me, I say the best part about this school is the research aspect, definitely.
Welcome back to Chris Kelton Pool as we head to the second quarter. Pacific leading Azusa Pacific 5-2. Pacific scored the final 3 goals of that opening quarter, led by the 2 goals from Anna Martinez de Amaral, goals apiece from Fitzgerald, Hosmer, and Falvey. As Pacific with the 5-2 lead. Tigers able to convert on 2 of their 4 6-on-5 opportunities. Of course, had the one right before the end of the quarter. Really didn't get much going during it. And Pacific once again will have the first chance on offense to start the quarter after winning the sprint once again. Davis with it. Now Utes. Amaral gives it up, gets it back. Good quick ball movement. Quick turnaround shot there from Falvey. Really right into the chest of the goalkeeper Lot. An easy save for her. But some good quick ball movement. And a quick shot just right at the goalkeeper. Now here's Alcaraz. The lefty with it. Gives it up to Martinez. Martinez looking to try to get off a shot. Will give it up. She now gets it back. Now back over to Thesaurus Alcaraz. And saved there by Pfaff. perhaps helped out by the near post a little bit as well. Davis with a pass all the way to the other side of the pool to Contreras. That pass looking for Fitzgerald. Not the best. She had to chase that one down after kicking it down to 5 meters. Kicked it back out. Shot clock down to 3. And a nice shot there. So Savannah Fitzgerald with another goal right before the shot clock expired. So Pacific now has scored 4 straight and lead by 4, 6-2. Bradley with it as the Cougars bench chanting "Let's go Cougars," and as they do so, they lose possession. Good help defense there by Pacific to take it away as James Graham up and clapping. Of course, James Graham in his 8th season. Azusa Pacific, their head coach is Julie Snodgrass in her 13th. Alcaraz with some room. Fire cross pull and post out. Oh, good look there. Just fires it off the post and hit a crossbar earlier. Utes fires, and that's pushed over the top by Olivia Lott. So possession will stay with Pacific. Long range shot there from Utes. So a fresh shot clock, 5:20 to go here in the first half. And a nice shot from the lefty, Lucy Davis, the sophomore from Canada, with her first goal of the night. Her 14th goal of the season, and that'll get a timeout called by Azusa Pacific. Mentioned Azusa Pacific came into tonight winners of 2 straight, although those 2 wins came against Fresno Pacific and Cal Lutheran. Before that, they lost to Fresno State 17-10, Hawaii 20-3. In fact, looking at their other wins were against Ottawa of Arizona and Cal State East Bay, so not Division I opponents. So definitely step up here against Pacific, who, despite being 2-11, they are ranked number 21 overall. And they're going to have some tough tests the next 2 days with San Diego State and UCLA. Of course, Pacific faced UCLA in Michigan, lost to 14-7, and then lost 14-3 to the Bruins just a couple weeks ago down in Irvine. As Pacific had the Barbara Calbus invite, lost to UCLA, Cal, Long Beach State, and UC Davis. All 4 top 15 ranked opponents. The last of those games against UC Davis, who's ranked number 15, was a 12-9 final. A 3-goal loss there. Whereas Pacific has 2 wins, and both wins this season have come by just a lone goal. Right now, it's a comfortable lead for Pacific, 7-2. With 5:15 to go in the first half. And there is some dark skies around. Definitely projected rain for tomorrow. It sure looks like it's going to be coming. Nice save there by Pfaff on that long-range effort from Alcaraz. Pfaff now, after 10 seconds of the 30 go off, finally throws it up to a teammate. And the Tigers turn it over. Long pass to Alcaraz. One of the Cougars' leading goal scorers. And a pass inside 5 meters, taken away by Pacific, and now I think a timeout has been called by Pacific. So a timeout called by Pacific. Looks like Pacific just wanted to get an opportunity to sub a couple players, and so that's what the Tigers used the timeout to do so. As Hosmer, one of the two, coming out. Fitzgerald almost tackled by Alcaraz, and now a whistle will give it back to Azusa Pacific. Away from the ball there. 2-2 Sauce Alcaraz, lefty. Her pass cross pull, and another whistle will give it back to Pacific. I think that was a ball under. So, seeing a couple whistles in a row here. Turning balls over without a shot to Amaral. Utes with some room to move forward. Like she thought about it, now we'll back it out. Under 10 on the shot clock. Gives it to Davis, gets it back, and that long range shot by Utes. An easy pull down save for Lott. Alcaraz with it once again. And they try to go it inside, and it's going to be a 5-meter penalty shot for Azusa Pacific. So Rhea 2-2 Sauce Alcaraz will take it. Trying to get their first goal since the first quarter, and she is denied. Nice save by Pfaff. So, 5-meter penalty shot denied by Pfaff. And now a whistle will give Pacific a 6-on-5 opportunity. Amaral. Utes. Davis. Good patience here, creeping forward towards goal. Amaral's pass kind of behind Utes. Back up top, and there's a goal for Savannah Fitzgerald. Her third of the night, her 20th of the season. And it's now 6 straight for Pacific, and the lead is 6-8-2 with 2:24 to go here in the first half. And after that goal, substitution time for Pacific. So I got 2 or 3 subs come in for Pacific. Perhaps an opportunity to try to get everybody some playing time, get some confidence before 2 ranked opponents come to Chris Kelton Pool the next 2 days. Hosmer, tough defense out at middle of the pool. Erickson tried to find a teammate. She was surrounded by about 3 black caps, and it's taken away. .150 to go in the first half. Graham hollering at his side, patience. Mile with it. Had to get into the corner, all sorts of contact. Play on. And in fact, the whistle there will go against Pacific. And now an exclusion. And the timeout called by Azusa Pacific, as they will gather and talk about this upcoming 6-on-5 opportunity. It's been a while since Azusa Pacific's last goal. And it scored to tie it at 2 back in the first quarter. And since then, it's been 6 straight for Pacific, led by Fitzgerald's hat trick. Anna Martinez Duameral also with multiple goals. She has 2 on the night. Looking back, Azusa Pacific's goal was with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. So it has been just over 10 minutes of game time since the last goal for the Cougars. Pacific's been able to convert on a couple 6-on-5s. Azusa Pacific has not converted on any of their 4. They also had a 5-meter penalty shot moments ago denied by Pfaff. So 6-on-5 here for the Cougars out of the timeout. See if they can find a goal here to snap the Tigers' run. And Pfaff denies that shot. The low shot at the near post. She didn't have to go too far to her right. And she smothered it, no rebound. And now quickly the outlet to Davis. Gives it over to Utes. Under a minute to go here in this first half. All Pacific. And Tigers are going to try to add to the lead. Good idea. Not quite able to connect with Falvey. About a 8.5 second difference between shot and game clock. We'll see how quickly the Cougars take a shot, and they allow Pacific any time to really come down and get one last good look before half. 10 on the shot clock. Not much going on here for Azusa Pacific. Nice pump fake there, but then held on to it maybe a little too long. And a good try just over the top there. Had to quickly throw something. Surrounded by multiple black caps. And I don't know what, kind of blew it to stop it with 1 second. And now the ball got thrown over here, and I'm glad the official caught it. So they're going to put 8 seconds back on the game clock. So that's going to allow Pacific really to have an opportunity. See if Pfaff can throw it up to somebody, and how good of a final shot Pacific can get here in the final seconds of the half. Shot clock down to 5. All sorts of contact there, and the ball is taken away by Azusa Pacific, and that will do it for the first half of play. So Pacific scores 6 straight, and at the half, Pacific 8, Azusa Pacific 2, here from Chris Kelton Pool.
My name is Brinley Barthels. I came to Pacific because I was actually looking at water polo programs, and it was one of the better programs in the state. And they also had a great science program. So their biology and chemistry departments especially were very rigorous, and something that I knew would prepare me well for my future. When I visited the school, I saw a lot of chemistry labs and the opportunity for people to do research in the chemistry department, and that was something I was really excited about. My research, when I started, we began with peptide synthesis. So basically taking these small building blocks called amino acids, putting them all together and forming long chains. So Alzheimer's in particular is manifested because peptides are created at different lengths. So we are able to take those peptides, recreate them in the lab, and analyze their function and factors that make them non-functional. So my grandma was diagnosed with Alzheimer's a couple years ago, so it's extremely personal to me that, I'm able to take this research that I'm doing and apply it back to my own life. It's humbling and also exciting that I am able to do these small experiments and look at these small peptides and know that somewhere, somehow, someone is going to take my research or the research that my lab is doing and use it on something bigger like these diseases. Prospective freshmen come in and they're asking, well, why should we choose Pacific? What's the academics like? And the first thing I say every time is that the research aspect in the chemistry department especially is very unique. I know a lot of people that go to different schools in California or even in the United States that have never set foot in a research laboratory. The opportunities presented here are extremely important and extremely unique to Pacific. And everyone that asks me, I say the best part about this school is the research aspect, definitely.
I've always wanted to come here since I was little. I remember I would pass by here when I was younger. We would come and take pictures or come for tours when I was in middle school. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I was just in shock by the buildings themselves and the history of UOP and the people within it. It was just a beautiful place that I dreamt of. I thought maybe one day if I work really, really hard and I'm truly good at what I do, I might be able to get in, and I'm here and I love it. Hi, my name is Lila Valencia and I'm a fine arts major here at UOP, and this is my art studio.
At this moment, in Stockton, Sacramento, and San Francisco, a University of the Pacific student has made a decision to learn, live, and lead with purpose in mind. Here, it's all about moments that change lives, families, communities, economies, the world. At University of the Pacific, these moments give life purpose. They give us purpose too. After all, we share one future. Join us, University of the Pacific.
Welcome to Chris Kelton Pool as we get set for the third quarter between Pacific and Azusa Pacific after a half of play. It is Pacific 8, Azusa Pacific 2. Pacific ended the half scoring the final 6 goals of the half. It's been nearly a quarter and a half since Azusa Pacific has last scored, and for the third time tonight, Pacific wins the sprint, and they will have the first offensive possession of the quarter. Just past the midway point of the first quarter was the last Azusa Pacific goal, and here might be a good opportunity for them here. Alcaraz looked like she might have it and be on a break, but is slowed down by the Pacific defense. Of course, Pfaff with the save. Saw Pfaff deny the Cougars on a 5-meter penalty shot in that second quarter. And the game started with two teams alternating the first 4 goals. There's a nice job by the Cougars goalkeeper, Olivia Lott. And if you wouldn't know better, you would think the Cougars are winning. The bench certainly is very vocal. Now the bench nearest to where we're located. And they were certainly making some noise there on that steal by Lott, and Pfaff with another save on the other end for Pacific. Here's Fitzgerald with it. She had a hat trick in the first half. She now has 20 goals on the season, the junior from Fresno. Anna Martinez de Amaral with a pair of goals. Another multiple goal scorer on the night. And that is a beautiful shot from Savannah Fitzgerald from way out. Beautiful touch. So just lobbed it into the far side netting. So from about, 15 to 20 meters out. Beautiful shot there by Fitzgerald. So there's her first goal of the half, her 4th goal of the night. And the scoring run for Pacific continues. And that is finally a goal for Azusa Pacific. Hannah Bradley with the goal, her first of the night, so that snaps. The 7-0 run by Pacific. Was about a 14-minute scoring drought game time-wise for Azusa Pacific before that goal from Bradley. And good ball movement would have had Falvey all alone. A whistle there will give it back to the Cougars. Martinez gives it up to Alcaraz. And another save for Pfaff. Seeing Cougars, most of their shots tonight have come from a good distance. Pfaff's gotten a little help from the crossbar and post as well, but for the most part, she's been outstanding, making a ton of saves. And that's going to draw an exclusion, a 6-on-5 opportunity for Pacific. Pacific scored on the first 2 6-on-5s. The rest have come during the run of play. And not a whole lot going here. And now we're back even, so that was not a very good 6-on-5, and that shot sails way high and wide. And Pacific will be back home tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock to take on number 16 San Diego State as that ball taken away. And now a long pass from Pfaff looking for Falvey. Falvey 1v1 spins. Great move there by Falvey. And now Falvey scores. That is an absolutely incredible individual effort there from Tula Falvey. Spins, sure looked like she was being pulled down as well. Somehow gets enough on it to get it past Olivia Lott and into the goal. So Tula Falvey now with her second goal of the night. Her 14th of the season, and it's a 10-3 Pacific lead. A second away from the midway point of this third quarter. And a bunch of substitutions here for Azusa Pacific. Head coach Julie Snodgrass up, hollering and directing traffic, and it looks like 5 players coming in for the Cougars after that last Pacific goal. So Pacific already 10 goals on the night. Going back, the last time Pacific was in double figures was the last time they also won a game. Back on January 25th, the Tigers scored 12 against Marist. A couple days before that, they had 13 as that one trickles in. And a goal for number 12, Maddie Herzog, with her first goal of the night. But Tigers had 12 against Marist, 13 against Sonoma State. Both were 1-goal wins. Right now, Tigers certainly on pace to scoring their highest goal total of the season, and certainly you would think probably will pick up their biggest win margin-wise of the season as well, leading by 6 just over 3 minutes ago here in the third. Looking for Falvey, and the Tigers lose possession. Of course, I don't want to count anything too soon. Game against San Jose or Sonoma State to open the season was a much bigger lead, and Tigers gave up a couple late goals and held on for the 1-goal win. And a 6-on-5 here for Azusa Pacific. Kahaway tried to go far post and hit the post. So a 6-on-5 unsuccessful for Azusa Pacific. Now here's the lefty Lucy Davis with it. She has a goal on the night. Gives it up. Now we'll get it back. Davis with a little bit of room will fire off the crossbar. Long rebound. Eventually chased down and grabbed by the Cougars. Lott. A long pass looking for Herzog, who just scored a goal for Azusa Pacific. She now will give it up to Hoyle. Back to Herzog. And now the pass looking in front. And a nice job there by Falvey, anticipating that pass to take it away. Is a timeout called by Pacific. As Brittany Tisdale was chasing Samantha Pfaff, and Coach James Graham electing to use one of his timeouts, and looks like it will be a full timeout as Tigers all heading over in front of James Graham. So 1:46 to go here in the third quarter. A 10-4 Pacific lead. Savannah Fitzgerald, 4 goals on the night to lead the way. Anna Martinez Damerol and Tula Falvey, 2 goals apiece. And then Lucy Davis and Natalie Hosmer also with goals for Pacific. Meanwhile, 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers for Azusa Pacific. Brianna Erickson, Lena Guzman Ortiz, Maddie Herzog, and Hannah Bradley, the goal scorers for Azusa Pacific, who after today they will have 5 days off before they go play at UC Irvine on Thursday. Of course, Pacific, no time off for them. Back here tomorrow afternoon to take on San Diego State, and then UCLA on Sunday. Both of those 1 p.m. starts. So hopefully you can join us here at Chris Kelton Pool, or if the weather is horrible and you decide to want us to just stay home and watch the broadcast, that's certainly understandable. We're glad to have you. Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Utes Shot clock down to 10. Ball back to Utes. Looks in front, and quickly the Tigers get it back going. Lucy Davis with her second goal of the night, her 15th of the season. So the Tigers convert there on the 6-on-5 very quickly. Quick pass finds Davis all alone, and the lefty fires it in. And the lead for the Pacific back to 7. It's like Hosmer coming back in for Pacific. Would think anybody healthy to play would probably play today. And another turnover there as Cougars have had trouble trying to get it down really anywhere close to the Tiger goal. Most of their shots have had to come from good 10 meters out. .40 seconds to go. Shot clock now down to 10. Here's Davis. Over to Contreras, now back to Davis. Davis with 2 on the shot clock in front, and the Tigers 1 pass too many. Good idea, it's just not enough time. Try to kick it over to Contreras as the shot clock expired. So it's now no shot clock, 22 seconds on the game clock. Good look here, and shot just sails wide. Erickson, about 6-7 meters from goal, had a good look, had all sorts of room on the far side netting, tried to go there, and it just sailed way right. Long range shot there, sails over the top of the goal, and that will do it for this third quarter of play. After 3 quarters of play here from Chris Kelton Pool, Pacific 11, Azusa Pacific 4. Here from Chris Kelton Pool.
Chose UOP because of the small classroom sizes. I love the idea of the professors, you know, the old slogan, they know who you are, they know your name, and it's more of a friendly, more relaxed atmosphere.
I've loved all the different people that I've been able to meet, people from different backgrounds, from different areas, different countries, definitely come from all over, and that's even going to influence like where you go to eat on a Friday night or whatever. So like all the different food choices, and then Stockton provides a lot of opportunities for you to go and try new things.
I think Stockton has a very small community feel, and I think that translates over to UOP, how we have a small family environment here.
Also at Rebel Point, that's where they hold lots of festivals out there. This year they had the fireworks over there for 4th of July, and it was really nice to go over there and see the city come together and hang out.
I can't imagine being anywhere else.
I think Stockton has a really bright future because of its people, because of the people that care. Something I learned about Stockton is that there are a lot of hidden gems around the city, and you really have to get out there and just put yourself out there and just explore a little with your friends.
Especially going to UOP, every single year you kind of get more and more of a sense of the city that you live in. It's kind of excessively friendly with the people that have actually stopped to like talk to and have interactions with. It's really friendly, and there are a lot of people just kind of hidden amongst the ranks that really want to make the city a better place, which I think is actually pretty unique.
I think it's a very personal decision where you decide to go to college and spend those 4 years of your life. At Pacific, you know you'll get a great education, but you'll also have a really good time. You'll be a part of a really strong and thriving community.
with the Pacific Tigers with a 7-goal lead. 11-4 Pacific over Azusa Pacific. And we'll see if the Tigers can make it 4 for 4 on the sprint. And they don't. So for the first time tonight, Azusa Pacific wins the sprint, and they will have the first possession of this fourth quarter. 11-4 Pacific lead. And that pass into a sea of black caps taken away. And right now, Savannah Fitzgerald has led the way with 4 goals. And you've got Demerol, Davis, and Falvey all with 2 goals apiece. And that pass looking for Zoe Sanchez knocked away. So definitely seeing some players coming in that have not seen much time tonight. A good opportunity to get them in. Let some others rest up for what's going to be a busy weekend of water polo here at Chris Kelton Pool as that one sails over the top. And tomorrow against San Diego State. And then on Sunday, number 2 UCLA comes to town. Mile. Utes closely guarded by Sarah Adams. Hosmer back to Utes. Shot clock under 10. She will fire. Long rebound off of the crossbar. And it's grabbed by the Cougars. Maybe that was Sherman that grabbed that long rebound. And quickly, Azusa Pacific trying to come in the other way. And it's not going to matter. That shot from Adams was saved anyways, but a whistle will give it back to Pacific. I should mention this is the 3rd time Pacific has scored in double figures this season. They had a 12-goal and a 13-goal game in their 2 wins. And I'll see if the Tigers can surpass that 13 they scored in the first game of the season, although right now they're certainly really not in a big rush. A 6-on-5 now for Pacific. A chance with the man advantage. And that lefty shot off the crossbar once again. This shot coming from Lucero. 2 times already here in this fourth quarter we've seen shots off the crossbar. That one finds the back of the net. Emma Mayol with the goal. Her first goal of the night. 6th goal of the season for the senior from Lafayette, California. And shirts to be thrown into the crowd after the goal. And now it's a 12-4 lead, the biggest lead of the night for Pacific. It was a 2-2 game back midway through the first quarter. The Tigers went on a big run, and they have been in control really since the start of the second quarter. That ball pinballing around finds its way back to the Cougars, and there's a nice finish. Sarah Adams with the goal. So the 8-goal lead for Pacific is a short-lived one. To say, if you didn't look at the scoreboard, you wouldn't know by the 2 benches. Pacific really the only one making much noise is head coach James Graham. Meanwhile, Azusa Pacific's players not in, all chanting and making some noise. Mayol gives it over to Lucero. Now back to Mayol. Lucero, 5 on the shot clock. Needs to get something. Trying to go in front. Ball under, no whistle, and play on. Shot clock goes off anyways as the ball finds its way back to the Cougars and quickly the long outlet into the far corner. And that pass looking for Adams instead went to the other number 6, the 6, Cameron Lucero. Just about to hit the midway point of this fourth quarter. Lucero a chance, and she scores. Lucero, her second goal of the season. So the junior from Tracy gets the steal on one end, and then the long outlet pass from Pfaff. About the second or third time tonight, Pfaff has thrown a beautiful long pass to set somebody up to score a goal, and this time it's Cameron Lucero. So her first goal of the night, second goal of the season. And Pacific now has matched the 13 goals that they scored in the first game of the season. The 1-goal win over Sonoma State. Both the Tigers' wins before tonight were 1-goal wins, and this one going to be much more than that. Shot clock down to 5. And Lucero's anticipated that pass coming. And they're going to say she committed a foul. And so a 5-meter penalty shot for Azusa Pacific, and Shanna Stevenson scores. So we saw Pfaff come up with a save on a 5-meter back in the second quarter. This time a nice shot there from Shanna Stevenson. So 3:23 to go. Lucero. Whistle there against Erickson. Now back out to Mile. Still 15 on the shot clock. Meal. Now under 10. Long range shot there, goes in, but before the shot, that's not a goal. PA starting to announce it for Utes at the whistle there, clearly well before the shot. And the whistle there against Pacific. Every time the Cougars tonight have tried to get inside 5 meters, the Tigers just crash. Often it's been one white cap surrounded by 3, sometimes even 4 black caps. And again, good help defense coming over and taking that away by Lucero once again. And a timeout called by Pacific. I think this will just be a 30-second timeout and allow some substitutions, and that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, I think that was 5 players. And it just ran and jumped into the water. I see Jennifer Guys. Looks like Mary Danielle Wilson. Trying to see all the numbers that are in. Sarah was already in. Aristiana Modica, the freshman, now in there. So definitely the bench is emptied here with 2:24 to go in this fourth quarter. .224 to go. 13-6 Pacific. See if one of these players just coming in can maybe find a goal. Maybe Guys or Mardika, it'd be their first goal of the season. Plenty of time on the shot clock, although swarming defense out almost at the middle of the pool. Lucero, she has a goal, her second of the season, earlier in this fourth quarter, and now a whistle there will give it to the Cougars, and here comes Rainey And now she will leave it to, leave that to Adams, 1v1. And actually that's number 5, Gabrielle Martinez. Her first goal of the night. So Cougars, they have 7 goals and all have been scored by different players. So 7 different players for Azusa Pacific with a goal here tonight. A 6-goal lead for Pacific with 1:40 to go. And it's the number 6 Cap Lucero with it. Tigers emptied the bench about a minute ago and we're in trouble getting things going here on offense. Whistle there. Shot clock is at 8. See if the Tigers get off a shot here. Now 5. And they'll just dump it. And a full timeout is called by Azusa Pacific's head coach Julie Snodgrass, who I guess they've scored a goal or two. It's cut the lead down to 6, although a minute 17 to go really would be a comeback for the ages. If they were to come back in this one, they'd need a lot of help by Pacific, who lead 13-7, and Savannah Fitzgerald 4 goals on the night, now 21 during her junior season, and then 2 goals apiece from Anna Martinez de Amaral, Lucy Davis, and Tula Falvey, and then goals apiece from Cameron Lucero, Emma Meal, and Natalie Hosmer. As Pacific took control in the first half. What was a 2-2 game? Tigers went on either 6 or a 7-0 run, and since then they've had a comfortable lead the entire way, on their way to their 3rd win of the season. Meanwhile, Azusa Pacific about to have their 2-game winning streak snapped here tonight, and right now the 13 goals for Pacific, tied for the season high, set back all the way on January 22nd, the very first game of the season. Go back going, 70 seconds to go. Pacific's out of timeouts. Azusa Pacific still has a 30, so we'll see if they end up using it, or if they decide that enough is enough, as that shot is saved by Pfaff. Pfaff has had a nice night, a very busy night making saves, had a 5-meter penalty saved in the first half. Of course, it's been Samantha Pfaff in goal all season long, the only goalkeeper on the Pacific roster. Here's Lucero backing it out, 30 seconds to go, about a 18-second difference between shot clock and game clock, and again, doesn't look like the Pacific bench is going to do anything as they fire it down to the corner. And we will get that last timeout called by Azusa Pacific. Yeah, I guess you can't take it home with you. And with 17 seconds to go and a 6-goal lead, Azusa Pacific looking to try to finish with a goal. They've played a little better in these final few minutes to close this game a little bit. 10 seconds to go. And that's a very fitting way to finish, as all night passes inside 5 meters have been swarmed by the Pacific defense, and that will do it here tonight, as the Pacific Tigers with a 13-7 win here tonight again. Savannah Fitzgerald led the way with 4 goals, 2 goals apiece for Amaral, Davis, and Falvey, and then goals apiece from Lucera, Meal, and Hosmer. As the Tigers with the win improve to 3-11. Meanwhile, Azusa Pacific with the loss falls to 4-9. So again, Pacific back here tomorrow afternoon, a 1 p.m. start as the Tigers will take on number 16, San Diego State. So for producer Michael January, I am Paul Madison saying so long from Chris Kelton and Poole. Your final score once again, the Pacific Tigers defeat the Azusa Pacific Cougars 13-6.